lost in a way. You had a top 10 team on your home field, and just didn't go your way.
Yeah, definitely. And I think you described it well when you said it didn't go our way. I think if you could sum up this game, it was Kyle jumping up in the air, batting the ball, and that guy catching it in the middle of three of our guys. I mean, that's what I felt like happened today. A lot went their way, not a lot went our way, but that's the game of football, and you have to keep battling. It's not going to be a downhill battle for you. In fact, most games are going to be uphill battles. You got to scratch, claw, and fight. And we did a good job of that, but obviously not a good enough job.
How did you feel out there physically and in terms of rhythm and all that stuff?
I felt good. Physically, I didn't notice my back at any point. Felt like my top speed wasn't as high as it wasn't as fast as it normally is. But I said, as I've said before, as I get my conditioning back, that'll be back. But I personally felt good. Felt like I was seeing the field pretty well. Probably at times tried to do too much. So if I have a takeaway from this game, it's don't do too much. Stay within the plays. I made some checks that were really good, and then I made some other checks that weren't very good, and I missed some easy throws just because I was rushing myself, maybe over anticipating the pass rush or the blitz or whatever it may be. So I leave this game having learned that lesson. And don't try and do too much. Just stay within the framework of the offense.
You got down the field. They were up 28-21 there. I think it was fourth quarter at that point. You had a chance. The pass to Hoffman just a little bit just off his fingertips. Critical moment offensively. What happened there?
We had 3 shots at the end zone, and we got to put it in. I didn't give a good enough ball to him, and then, boy, we threw that bubble screen. I overthrew him on that bubble screen. He might have scored on that one. So 2 missed throws by me. And I think if we answer with the touchdown, that at least that might change their psyche a little bit. I know they came down that next drive and got, a lot of pass interference calls. Some were questionable, and they were able to go down and score another touchdown. But lesson learned. When you're on the 10-yard line in a game like that where it's back and forth, you have to answer. If they're going to score touchdowns, we have to answer with touchdowns.
Riley, first play of the game, everybody's probably wondering how much are you going to run. You go for 16 there. Did you tell Coach Doman, hey, let's set the tone early on that kind of thing?
No, we felt that first play of the game coming out on play action would take it. Typically defenses are ramped up and they want to stuff the run on that first, and they actually did a good job covering down our wide receivers and kind of a little lane opened up. If I look back, and again I'll watch the game film, but kind of my feeling is I probably should have taken more. I took 4 sacks, and I think actually I was trying to protect myself and to not run as much, but as I watch the game film, I feel like in the second half I probably should have taken off more. So going forward, taking off is still being smart. Maybe will be something that we'll see from here on out.
Riley, Coach Mendenhall was saying that their defense secondary was forcing you to continue to go under and not able to go over. Is that the reason why you were going to Cody for so much?
Yeah, just because he's got a size advantage, and he's got an athletic advantage against linebackers, and then he's got the size advantage versus quarters, and he's our go-to guy. And then the other thing was, on top of Ross, they had the corner. They always had safety help, and then they were sending the backers to our 3 receiver side, and so things were just kind of muddled. So coming back to that short side of the field was one of the reasons why I kept coming back to it. But yes, give them credit. We couldn't take the top off them today. We got a few chunks on some play actions, but no, we couldn't really get the ball vertically, and that's to their credit. Their safeties did a good job staying on top of our guys, and then their pass rush was pretty good too.